I need rebooting. I needed to wake the up.
Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie weren't just a Hollywood couple.
He looks at me because he's like, every 3 months I'll say, honey, I think I should learn how to cook. Don't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just humor it, but really, she has no business in the kitchen.
They were the Hollywood couple, a relationship born out of scandal, fueled by obsession, followed by a picture-perfect family, and then completely destroyed in public.
Now to the never-ending legal war between Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
But now, almost a decade after their divorce began, new details are resurfacing that suggest things between Brad and Angelina weren't just messy, they were toxic.
We all have times in our lives where we feel broken.
The claims that Angelina Jolie made against Brad Pitt are very disturbing. She was saying that he became drunk.
According to recent reports, Brad Pitt is finally opening up about what really led to Angelina leaving him and why their breakup turned so bitter that any chance of peace between them completely collapsed. What's even more shocking is where this fallout allegedly pushed Angelina next, because insiders now claim she's distanced herself from Hollywood altogether, not for a new chapter, but to put as much space as possible between herself and Brad. And if that's true, it means this divorce didn't just end a marriage. It changed 2 careers, 6 children's lives, and one of the most powerful dynamics in Hollywood forever. So today, we're breaking down how Brad and Angelina went from untouchable power couple to locked in a years-long war involving cheating allegations, brutal custody battles, and one final move that reportedly destroyed any hope of an amicable ending.
We all have times in our lives where we feel,
Say it was a very difficult time.
And to understand how it all fell apart, we have to go back to the moment everything quietly started going wrong. Because long before lawyers, custody battles, and court filings, this relationship was already surrounded by controversy. And the truth is, the Brad and Angelina story didn't start as a fairy tale, it started as a scandal. Everyone knows the public version of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's story. The romance, the chaos, the fallout, it's all been replayed for years like an open book. And while their divorce was officially finalized in December 2024, the drama surrounding their marriage still refuses to stay in the past, because from the very beginning, their relationship was built under a cloud of suspicion. Brad and Angelina met on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith while Brad was still married to Jennifer Aniston.
See, I play Jane Smith. It's hard to explain because she's leading a secret life, so I am a suburban housewife who's in marriage counseling therapy. Who is really an assassin.
Here's the broad outline.
At the time, both Brad and Angelina insisted nothing inappropriate happened on set, and Brad later claimed that their romantic relationship only began after he and Jennifer separated. But a lot of people, including Jennifer, didn't buy that explanation, and here's why. Just 4 months after Jennifer Aniston filed for divorce, Brad and Angelina were already being spotted together, not quietly, not privately, but vacationing in Kenya. Around that same time, the two appeared in a glossy W magazine spread titled Domestic Bliss. The photos taken in March showed Brad and Angelina playing house, styled as a relaxed, happy couple, long before the public had fully processed the end of Brad's marriage. The reaction was immediate. Team Jen fans were furious, accusing Brad of moving on too fast and rubbing salt in the wound. Jennifer Aniston herself later commented that there seemed to be a sensitivity chip missing when it came to how the situation was handled. And then things escalated even further. That same month, Angelina adopted 6-month-old Zahara from Ethiopia, and Brad accompanied her on the trip. To the public, it didn't look like a rebound. It looked like a fully formed partnership, one that appeared to overlap with the end of Brad's previous marriage, no matter how much the timeline was denied. Adding to the controversy was Angelina's own reputation at the time. She had long been linked to intense, overlapping relationships, which only fueled speculation that history might be repeating itself. Still, despite the backlash, Brad and Angelina pushed forward, presenting themselves as a united front, unbothered by the noise. And for years, they looked solid, at least on the outside. But behind closed doors, cracks were already forming, and the issues that would eventually destroy their marriage were quietly taking shape. But this is where the story shifts from past drama to the present, because even though Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's divorce is officially over, the damage from it clearly isn't. And now Brad is finally opening up about where everything went wrong and why the fallout still hangs over their lives years later. Recently, Brad Pitt has begun clearing the air about his divorce from Angelina Jolie, a process that dragged on for years, involved repeated court appearances, and became anything but simple. According to Brad, once a settlement was finally reached, Angelina and the children left every property they had shared with him, and from that point on, she focused entirely on finding peace and healing for herself and their family.
Angie also reveals the one place she and the kids will not visit, Chateau Miraval.
It's always felt like a sanctuary for me.
Angie says it was a focal point of our family life. We were married there, and I brought our twin children home there from the hospital. But to this day, the children and I have never again set foot on the property, given its connection to the painful events leading to the divorce.
My focus is finding this.
And that detail alone shocked a lot of people because it revealed just how deep the fracture had become. Not only was Angelina seeking full custody of their children, but she and the kids completely removed themselves from Brad's physical world, never returning to the homes they once shared. Behind the scenes, Brad has acknowledged that his own struggles played a major role in how toxic things became. During their marriage, he was battling a serious drinking problem, something he later admitted had been ongoing for years.
This morning, superstar Brad Pitt
Can I help you?
opening up about his journey with Alcoholics Anonymous.
I just remember getting my arms around it pretty quickly and really, it became a thing for me. It was really like something I'd look forward to.
Yeah. Me too.
At the time, it wasn't widely publicized, but Brad has since described himself as a functional alcoholic, drinking daily and underestimating how deeply it was affecting his family. According to reports tied to the divorce, there were moments when his behavior became unpredictable enough that Angelina feared for her own safety and for the children's. And then came the incident that would change everything.
Most of all, I want to acknowledge the children who are terrified and suffering at this moment.
In 2016, a confrontation aboard a private flight became a defining breaking point in their marriage. Angelina later accused Brad of getting physical with her during that flight, claiming it involved physical and verbal conflict and actions that deeply upset the children. The situation was serious enough that the FBI conducted an investigation after receiving a report related to the incident.
In the FBI report obtained by ET, Angie claimed Brad poured beer on her, punched the ceiling of the plane 4 times, and grabbed her by her head, shaking her. She also claims that when one of their kids asked, "Are you okay, Mommy?" Pitt replied, "No, Mommy's not okay. She's ruining this family. She's crazy." At this point, one of the children, whose name was redacted, yelled, "It's not her, it's you, you expletive."
While Brad was never arrested or charged, the event marked a turning point, not just legally, but emotionally. From that moment on, whatever chance remained for a quiet resolution disappeared. And this is why, even with the paperwork signed and the marriage legally over, the tension between Brad and Angelina still hasn't fully settled. Because for Angelina, this story isn't just about a relationship that ended, it's about a place she's been trying to escape for years. According to multiple reports, Angelina Jolie is now preparing to leave Los Angeles for good. And not for work, not for a temporary break, but because the city itself holds memories she no longer wants to live with, memories tied directly to her marriage to Brad Pitt. For years, Angelina has made it clear that she never wanted to stay in LA long term. The only reason she remained, by her own admission, was her children, more specifically, custody. Angelina shares twins, Knox and Vivian, with Brad, and as long as they were minors, leaving the city simply wasn't an option. But now, that chapter is closing. The twins are set to turn 18 this year, and with the divorce finally finalized, Angelina has reportedly started making moves she's been planning for a long time. She has already put her $37 million Los Feliz estate, the home she's lived in with her children since 2017, is on the market. And according to sources, she's preparing to split her time between the US and Europe, with France being a major focus. One insider insider claimed Angelina wants a full reset, not just emotionally, but geographically. The source said that having Brad on the same continent, especially while they're still tied up in legal issues surrounding their French winery, Chateau Miraval, is simply not something she wants anymore. The goal is reportedly to get as much distance from Brad as possible. Beyond France, Angelina is also said to be planning extended time in Cambodia, a place that holds deep personal meaning for her, where her son Maddox was born and where she became a citizen years ago. In recent interviews, Angelina hasn't been subtle about how she feels. She's said she was only in Los Angeles because she had to be, and that once her twins turned 18, she would finally be free to leave, which makes this moment feel less like a sudden decision and more like the end of a long-term countdown. So if Angelina is ready to leave Hollywood and even the continent behind, the question becomes, is this really about starting over or about making sure the past can never follow her again? Because the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie saga has never been a simple love story. It's been a mix of passion and scandal, family and pressure, personal struggles playing out under a level of public scrutiny most people could never survive. From the outside, it looked glamorous, powerful, untouchable, but behind the scenes, it was clearly far more complicated and far more fragile. Brad has acknowledged his own issues and spoken about trying to take responsibility and change. Angelina, on the other hand, appears focused on distance, boundaries, and protecting her peace, even if that means leaving an entire city and possibly an entire industry behind. And yet, despite the divorce being finalized, so much still feels unresolved. The emotional fallout, the legal ties, the long-term impact on their family, which is why this story continues to spark debate, not because it's about choosing sides, but because it raises uncomfortable questions about love, power, accountability, and what really happens when a relationship collapses in public. So when it comes to Brad and Angelina, is this a case of two people who simply brought out the worst in each other? Or are we watching how fame, pressure, and unresolved trauma can slowly turn even the most iconic relationship into something unrecognizable? And when the cameras finally move on, who actually gets to decide when the story is truly over? Let me know what you think in the comments. Till next time, bye.